Hey everyone, it's Doc from Bros and Dragons, and I wanted to tell you guys about an amazing company that we are proud to support throughout our whole corporation, and that is Wormwood. The quality and commitment this company has is amazing and supports all nerd endeavors. There is only one acceptable outcome for their craftsmen, a product that they can take personal pride in and absolutely satisfied customers. If you are unsatisfied with your product for any reason at all, they will fully refund or replace the item free of charge. They always guarantee their products. Whether you're looking to buy deck and card boxes, dice vaults, hero vaults, dice towers, personal or tabletop dice trays, or some other accessory such as card sleeves, dice, tile trackers, leather play mats, or more, this company is top of the line. They even do custom orders. They call the wood that they use Core 16, and I encourage you to go to their website for more information on this. So when you are in the market for tabletop or nerd gaming needs, think Wormwood first.
Before we get started, we would like to give a shout out to Battle Bards. BattleBards.com has background ambiance, battle sounds, and much more. Bring your tabletop venture to life with BattleBards.com.
There are things in the night. Your nightmares will manifest into reality as they find their way into Doc's imagination.
The mind has many horrors.
We all
can live in this place. Through our imaginations, we are free. And we read in its embrace. Sit back and relax as I take you out of your reality and into my nightmarish dream world. Welcome to the Bros and Dragons podcast. I'm your dungeon master and host, Daniel Doc Gentry, and our players are...
Kylie, I play Grogon the Smasher, a male half-orc fighter.
Keith Ross, I play Captain Martin Firewell, a human male barbarian.
John Sika, and I play Alissha Fargum, a female human rogue.
Tom Benson, I play Zandro, a male wood elf ranger.
Let us adventure on. Adam, what happened last time?
Well, last time we decided that we were going to go back to town after getting the Chalice of Time and rest and recuperate because most of the party was dead due to a random wizard that decided to...
Hey, wait, stop, because you said doo-doo, and we're not going to just roll over that.
What? A dude can't say doo-doo? Oh, is that still a thing? You people have to warn me about this. You have to know what I'm going to say before I say it.
Okay, I'm sorry. My bad.
But anyway, we went to a tavern where we found some drunk people, got a bunch of rooms, and rested, and Captain Firewell decided to take a side quest. Side quests are the best quests. They went to go look for a cleric and a bard, and they decided to take him along with him, but when they came to find him in the morning, after the sun rose, the dude's head was chopped off, lopped off, clean cut, and we followed some suspicious saber-looking thing down into a river underground, took that river to an abandoned fort, split the party. Rule number 1, always split the party when you can. We then go and we find 3 tunnels and a door. Everyone takes their own way. We found a barracks room that had like 10-ish beds empty, a treasure room, which was empty, like a kitchen room, which was Alicia's favorite room and empty. And then we found double doors that led to a forest, and we decided to F the forest and get back in the river. And then we ended up at the Lake of Enon? Avon.
So you appear out of this water well underneath. Maybe he's got poop in it, we don't know. And you hear a voice, and the voice says, "Oh, there you all are." And you turn around, and you see your friend, the Cleric of Elo, picking mushrooms near the water.
Imoga.
as you come out, you can see the city off the lake in the distance. On the shoreline, you are speaking with Amoga, and he just said hi to you.
How's it going, Moogie?
It's still Amoga, but thank you. How comes the quest to find the 3 artifacts I need to stop the ultimate evil?
We're getting along pretty well.
Well, we're not dead.
We're doing pretty good. We don't have all 3 yet, but we're getting along.
Well, I'll tell you what. The Temple of Justice gave me a new apprentice to take out with me, and his name is Wind, and I would like him to go with you as you're searching for the 3rd object. He may be able to help you.
I mean, I guess if you think he can keep up.
To be honest with you, Captain, he's not really good at this whole herbalism thing.
That's fine. I understand that.
We don't have to feed him, do we?
No, he'll probably feed himself, as he always has, since probably about 5.
So we're just talking about him right in front of him?
Can Grogon break Wind?
I roll my eyes at that comment.
Make sure you go down one first.
Yeah, my character is an elf, an elven monk.
So yeah, please, as soon as you can get me all those items, I can forge them together with my magics, and we can stop this evil.
Okay. I take it the cave is still evil?
The cave disappeared when you were done.
Right, I remember. I don't know what we did to make the cave cleansed.
Just out of curiosity, that forest you guys did not explore, is that a quest location that needs to be visited again?
I don't give away cool information like that, so they don't know.
Possibly.
Okay.
I'm going to say that's probably where we should have gone, but everybody jumped back in the hole, so...
Okay.
Well, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea.
Ergomolo?
Imoga.
That guy? Can we ask him about the fort we found?
I don't know, can you?
Grogon's not smart enough to ask that question. Grogon found a fort near a river underground. It was empty. Near forest.
That's interesting, my new friend. Is he slow?
He's actually pretty fast. Oh no, he's a little slow. I'm gonna ask him if he might have any idea where the last item is. The staff and the tuning.
I don't have any idea, but this weather might have helped. Maybe if you can find somebody who's been traveling around, like one of those official crier people, maybe they could point you in the right direction.
And I'm just gonna kind of like face palm, like, oh shit, I didn't do it.
A very strong easterly wind kicks.
Well, I do remember the crier said that there was something going on in Crondo.
That's where we should go.
So are we just going to forget the side mission?
They needed saving before. They'll need saving later.
Maybe they know where the staff is.
Where did we have to go for that?
Rangio, and to the east of Rangio were footprints that would...
That actually works out because Crondo is northeast of Rangio. So, might be one and the same.
Grogon says go to Rangio.
Okay, well, do we want to take this guy? I mean, I guess.
Does wind bring anything to our adventure?
It's windy.
I'm very handy. We should get going.
Would Windy like to come with us?
I would, yes.
Grogon says bring wind.
All right. Yeah, I guess.
We don't have to feed him, so we're all good.
I am very capable of feeding myself.
I'm going to ask Amoga where we can find him once we get all 3 items.
Once you have all 3 items, I will find you.
That sounds weird.
What? I am very powerful. I will know if you have all 3 items.
But if you're all powerful and knowing we have all 3, how come you can't tell us where the 3rd one is?
It's hard to pinpoint. It's like something not of this world is using it.
No more demons.
Am I getting any weird vibes off of him?
Give me an insight check.
19.
Yeah, something seems off with this guy. You want to give me a perception check?
Should I assume
7.
that I trust him completely since I'm assigned to this party by him?
You were assigned to his party from the Temple of Jundar.
Okay.
You thought he was pretty weird from the very beginning. Nothing that you were honestly going to be concerned about.
Yeah, 7.
Something doesn't seem right, but you can't put your finger on it. He might just be a little crazy, and it's just sending off your barbarian vibes.
Okay.
You okay there, Cap? You look a little confused.
Yeah, I'm fine. Let's just get going.
Lead the way.
Wind give Grogon piggyback?
I'm an elf. I'm too short.
Then we walk.
Yeah, I guess we're heading to Rangio.
So you find the road and you head back towards Rangio. You get to Rangio and you do not hear the bell anymore. It's been a couple of days. Things seem to be at peace. As you approach Rangio, you find a ball bearing in the road.
I'll pick that up. Is there blood on the ground around it?
Nope.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
So worried about that dog. Why'd you throw the damn bearing at it, Captain?
I was a different person back then. I've changed.
You're back at Rangio. Everything seems to be good and lively.
Well, this is a nice change.
Yeah, especially from last time.
Yeah.
What happened last time?
Last time we were here, there was a magical item that was causing issues with the space-time continuum.
Oh,
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
just a minor encounter then.
Yeah, no, it was fun. We fixed it all.
Okay, good.
You know, same old, same old.
If anybody needs anything, now would be a good time to stock back up.
I think I'm actually good.
Grogon good.
That works.
Glad I bought a bedroll last time I was here.
Right? I'm good. I don't need to buy anything.
Grogon get pot.
Grogon, yeah. He finds a pot. He buys one for 1 silver.
Grogon happy.
I'm probably going to ask around just to get some more solid directions to Crondo in case we do head that way.
All right, who you asking?
I'll ask a city guard or something.
Sure. You go to the city guard.
Excuse me, I'm looking for some directions.
Yeah. Wow, you look. Hold on 1 second. He pulls a piece of parchment out, and you guys see your faces on this parchment. He calls over the city guard, and he's like, "We need to arrest these guys. They look like the people that murdered the guy in the old inn outside the city."
Can I use persuasion to try to persuade him that we are not the people he is looking for?
But yeah, roll a perception or a persuasion, John. Let's see what you can do.
14.
Okay, you didn't fail by that much. He's like, "No, this is definitely you guys. We got to take you in for questioning."
I know for a fact that we didn't kill this guy.
Well, you could tell it to the magistrate. I'm just a guard. It says here to take you into custody. I'm taking you into custody.
Is my face on that parchment by any chance?
It is not.
Oh, am I guilty by proxy?
You're traveling with these guys, but I'll give you a chance to roll a stealth roll against his perception.
Okay. I got a natural 20.
As you're sneaking away, he says, "Hey, you! Never mind, you're not on this thing. Keep moving."
I'm going to follow from a distance, discreetly.
Okay. You notice that they're not like taking their weapons or anything. It was they know it's hearsay. They're just supposed to bring them in. And you go before the magistrate, and the magistrate hears your story, and as you tell it, he goes, "Oh, okay. Yeah, we've had a couple of these instances where people are just murdered for no reason in this area. We cannot put it together. But I do believe it wasn't you guys. There's just too many of you. You could have easily got rid of the body."
Right. Obviously, we could have hit the body.
You'd be stupid not to.
So are we free to go?
Yeah, just one question. Can everybody place their weapons out on that table? And there is a big table in front of you.
Grogon say no.
You said we're free to go, so no.
I'll pull out a battle axe and place that on the table.
Please place all your weapons on the table. You will get them back unless one of the features we are looking for is on the weapons. Please pull them out. It will be the last time I ask, very nicely.
Grogon wonder what feature is.
Well, is Grogon trying to hide that feature if he's wondering what that feature is?
Grogon don't know if Grogon's hiding feature. Grogon doesn't know what feature is.
Huh. I have an idea then, Grogon. We could find out. Take your weapon and put it on the table in front of you, and we'll tell you if it has the feature.
Grogon will show you weapon, not give you weapon.
So am I being clear and you're just playing that retardedly, or?
I'll start pulling out weapons, like, hold on, and I'll pull out a battle axe and place that on the table, and then, like, I reach around and grab a long sword and then place that on the table, and then I pull out a great axe and that goes on the table, and then, like, somewhere I pull a trident out and that goes on the table, and then there's a bolo, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, no, and then I pull out a javelin and that goes on the table.
God, you really are our armory, aren't you, Cap?
Yeah, no.
The guy in front of you says, "Go ahead and put those weapons back. It's not you."
God. Yeah, and then I'll start putting everything back in.
I'm gonna twirl some daggers and put them on the table.
And he looks at the daggers and says, "Please put them away. It wasn't you."
And then
Twirls them and throws them back in the cases.
I will put my weapon on the table.
So, John, just for shits and giggles, can I get a sleight of hand roll?
23.
Yeah, you get them right in the pockets. You know you were a little off, but you also know nobody would have noticed. Goes down the table after checking all the weapons, comes to Grogon, and this little guard is looking at you intimidatingly, but I don't think Grogon's smart enough to figure that out. What is he doing?
Hands over his weapon.
And he just looks at the weapon and goes, "Oh, it wasn't you either. Okay."
Grogon still wants to know what feature is.
The gentleman in front of you, who you don't know who he is a very wiry man. He's got a smug look on his face, looks at you and goes, "A feature is
a special something I'm looking for on a weapon to tell who the murderer was. And then he tries to reach up and pat you, but he was going for your head. He can't reach. He taps you on the shoulder and goes, "You special little boy."
Grogon wonder what feature was.
Well, he did answer you, Grogon.
Grogon thanks him.
So, we able to get on out of here?
Ooh, Grogon have another question.
Yes, Grogon.
Grogon wonder if you know where staff is.
Any particular staff?
Grogon, Captain. Grogon don't remember name.
I don't think he's gonna know Grogon.
Okay.
I will ask the guard though, what particular marking are you looking for on weapons, just so we may keep an eye out?
The blade was serrated.
Huh. Okay. So are we good to go?
Oh, yes. By all means, I do apologize for keeping you longer than we needed to. We just needed to be 100% sure.
I understand. Good work. Good work, officer.
Hey.
When I was brought in, I was actually asking for directions. Could you possibly draw a rough map or just give me good directions to the city of Crondo?
You're going to the orc city of Crondo?
Yes.
Absolutely. Do you have a map of the lands?
Yes, we do.
And he will mark Crondo on there.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Have a nice day.
Oh, before I leave, I was just wondering, did that demon ever come back?
We didn't see any demons, so we called in. The city was clean. 24 hours later, we stopped ringing the bells.
Good. Kind of mutters under her breath. Told you we killed it.
You guys leave the courthouse, and you see two boys holding hands skipping by that you kind of recognize.
Aww.
Wind is waiting for you guys when you get out, and I comment on how much a relief it is I don't have to stay to jailbreak.
Yeah, we're relieved too.
Relieved. I was never worried.
Maybe a little disappointed.
Is it late at this point, or still early?
It's about midday.
We could probably head out there.
So you guys will head out the city, and there's a forest before you, and as you notice, there is a path. Looks like it was trampled grass and trees. It's starting to grow back a little bit. That's heading dead east from Rangio, and you know that Crondo is northeast of your position.
Well, we were told to follow the orc tracks east for the Cleric and Bard, correct?
Found the footprints, Cap.
Yes, we did. Let's follow the tracks to the east a little ways. Maybe it'll turn north. If not, we'll see when we get there. But the guard did say that it was the orc city of Crondo, so it would make sense.
So is there any common knowledge I would know about Crondo? I rolled a 19.
Okay. You do know that Crondo wasn't always called Crondo. Up until recently, it had a different name that was a little bit more unpronounceable. You know that Crondo is actually the name of the champion who beat another orc in hand-to-hand combat, and the only thing that he wanted was to have the city named after him, so they complied.
Okay.
You follow these trails into the night, and Zandro seems to be able to track them. You head east, and Zandro says that you guys are heading the right way. You come out of the forest, and you are walking into a valley. Up ahead, you see the mountains, and Zandro seems to be picking up a little bit of pace. But you are heading nowhere near where Crondo would be.
Why are you walking so fast there, Zandro? I
want to get back to the mountain.
What's in the mountains?
That's my home.
Oh, onward to Zandro's home, then.
Yeah, I'm going to trust the words of a drunk stranger.
It's getting dark, and you're going to need to make camp as a misty rain seems to come from the sky as you're setting up camp in the middle of this open field.
I do have a question. Which direction, can I notice which direction the rain moved in from?
Yeah, it came from the south.
Okay.
The southwest, to be specific.
Okay.
Should we not turn north to go to the Orc City?
We had two choices. We can try to go to Crondo and see if we can figure out what the crier was talking about in another episode, or we can follow along on the side quest that the drunk guy gave us about finding the cleric and the bard, which was to follow the tracks straight east.
Either way, I think we need to find a place to set up camp. I'm not liking an open field with no cover.
Yeah, me neither.
Grogon, take mid-watch.
Yeah, let's look for something halfway decent to set up camp.
Give me a perception roll. Captain Firewell.
21.
Oh, nice. Captain Firewell, you do find a rock that's
It's an overhang in the middle of the field there. You would be able to sleep underneath it without having any rain. You remember up a paddle? Or, without a paddle? Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
This never leaves the cave.
So you guys go to sleep. Zandro sets up above the rock. He doesn't mind the rain. And the night goes pretty well. As you guys wake up in the morning, it's clear skies. There's a fire going, and there seems to be a few rabbits cooking, but you can't see Zandro anywhere.
Hey guys, I think Zandro made breakfast.
Yeah, it looks to be that way.
Grogon make tea to go with rabbit.
I'm gonna step out of the cave and look for the Zandro. Or not the cave, but the overhang.
I am going to speak to our orc fighter friend in Orcish and ask him what his fixation is with tea.
Be very careful, Adam. You're scooting onto the canon portion of this, someone else's character.
I'm just trying to play the canon as I know it. Grogon, keep personal. We know you went too short to talk about tea.
Me when curious about your tea. Is it good tea?
Grogon make best Grogon tea possible.
Grogon share?
Grogon don't know. Grogon, wait, see how this works out.
Wind accepting that. I'm speaking Orcish, guys.
Yeah, I'm stepping out of the overhang to look for Zandro.
Give me a perception check.
Yep, 16.
You don't see him anywhere, but it doesn't seem like these rabbits are like perfectly cooked, and they seem to be just enough away from the flame to keep them warm without burning them.
I'll wait a little bit. He's possibly still hunting.
In a little bit, he does return with a nest full of eggs and a flat rock, and definitely makes a good breakfast.
Awesome. Well, I guess we can get started again. Is the trail, the orc trail, still pretty prevalent?
Survival.
It's a nat 20. Let's see. 21.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Then I guess we're following.
I'm gonna eat and pack up all my stuff and say I'm ready to go.
Can I search to see if there's any tea growing in the wild in the area?
Yeah, you do find a little bit of tea growing in the area.
Then I am going to pick it.
But after a couple hours of travel, you guys will see difference with this tower that you see in the distance, this tall tower reaching to the sky, is the rocks look like they're overgrown with ivy. The front door is wide open and the windows look shattered.
Somebody needs to do some housekeeping.
How far away are we?
About, I'd say 200 yards or so.
Oh, so pretty close. Okay.
It's right as you come up over a hill.
All right. Is there anything moving around?
There seems to be a couple of large, very giant pseudo-dragons flying around. But outside of that, nothing really.
Is this where the tracks lead?
They seem to be heading this direction.
Okay. Do a little scouting, I guess, and see if they lead directly into the tower or bypass it or go somewhere else.
Sure. As you get closer to the spire, the tracks go all over from here. There is a couple of sets of tracks that go off to the left that go to where the canyon becomes less steep, and they probably travel into the canyon. There are some tracks that go right from here, and obviously tracks that head towards this giant, beautiful spire with all the ivy growing on it.
What do you guys think? Spire or canyon?
I just don't want to deal with those dragons.
Grogon says spire.
I'm kind of thinking the spire as well. Doesn't seem to be anybody around still, but they were definitely camped here at one point.
I also put the spire.
Spire it is.
So you cross that bridge that's suspended. The front door leads into this very open, wide area. It looks like a bronze chained bird is broken and on the floor. The only thing that seems intact is the cage door to the right as you enter.
Go try the door, see if it's locked.
It is locked. It is heavily secured, but you hear muffled cries coming from behind the door.
Like sobs, like crying, or like cries of pain, or
muffled sounds. You know it's a muffled person. They probably have something over their mouth, but outside of that, you wouldn't be able to tell. And you can see into the middle of this. I'll just give you guys a heads up because the double door is broken. There is stairs that spiral up and down.
I'll say, or very quietly say, Alissha, can you come? If you can unlock this.
I'll pull out the lockpicks and give it a try. Is that a sleight of hand?
3 sleight of hands with advantage.
3 sleight of hands? Ooh,
there
boy.
are 3 locks on this door.
Okay. The first one's a 25.
You hear a click and the pins fit in. The lock gives, and that one lock you think unlocked.
22.
This one, the pins give, You think it's unlocked, but you realize that you're turning it in the opposite direction. But it does click into place as it should.
Ooh, that's a good roll. The last one is 26.
Nice. You unlock it. It opens up into an armory. It seems like most of the weapons here are cleaned out. There are a few rusted weapons on the floor. It is covered in ivy, but it doesn't look like anybody was in here. And give me a perception check. Everybody can do it. That's fine.
5.
16.
I've got a 6.
So Captain Firewell, you see covered with some of the ivy is moving, and it looks like a form shape of a person underneath it.
I'll go pull the ivy off.
And as you do, you see a beautiful red-haired woman who looks very malnourished and dehydrated. She has one green and one blue eye, and a scar running across her left eye.
What's she bound by?
She is chained and cuffed to a chair.
I would like to offer her some water.
You pull the gag away and give her some water, and she starts chugging the water.
That's a good eye, Cap.
I heard her. Or I heard something first off, so I knew somebody was in here.
Can I release her from her chains?
They are locked.
Then I do that and hope I don't make a mistake by releasing her.
Okay. You break it easy enough with your weapons. The chain shatters. She takes all the stuff off. She jumps away from everybody and she goes, Who are you? Tell me who you are now.
Captain Martin Firewell. You're okay now. We're not gonna hurt you.
Are you one of the Feathergale Knights?
I'm gonna go with no.
The what now?
She reaches back and grabs a warhammer, a rusted warhammer that's there. And she says, I need to go. Thank you. Come to the capital city. Tell Queen Rebecca's personal guard that High Cleric Sheila Blandersmith says that you are to have audience into her chamber.
We've met with the queen numerous times.
You've seen my queen. She is fine?
Yeah, she's fine. You're Sheila Blandersmith? And do I know Sheila? Do I know the name?
You've heard it before from a drunk guy in a tavern.
Oh, that okay.
Am I connected to her holy order by any chance?
Being, having some religious background, you do know the name of Sheila Blandersmith. Her reputation precedes her. Everybody knows the war cleric Sheila Blandersmith around the world. At a very young age, she was a healing cleric originally of the Order of Jundar, and during the Great War she fought in, that's where she received the strike to the head that changed one of her eye colors. She was the only person to survive the massive battlefield and took upon herself to learn to be a war cleric to make sure that a giant war like this never happened again. She is renowned around all of Adora, which is the world you live in.
So do I know the name of the bard that we're looking for as well?
No, they said that somebody named Xana, but that didn't make sense to you.
I'll tell her. Yeah, we were actually sent by this drunk guy actually to find you as well as a bard. He mentioned Xana or something. I'm not sure.
Xana. She says Xana's my friend, but she's been brainwashed. I need to save her.
Do you have any idea where she is?
I have no idea. There was a massive battle here. I couldn't get out of my chains. They had them magically locked down. The magic faded, but I was too weak at that point to break my own chains. I haven't heard for days anybody in this whole place.
We were told that they were both in the same area, correct?
From the drunk dude? Yeah, if you want to take his word.
He's been right so far. I'll actually tell her that. I'll say, yeah, the guy that told us to come look for you said that you both would be here in the same area.
Once we get Xana, I will buy him drinks for life, but we need to find my friend.
No, he's not really the thirsting type anymore. Somebody killed him.
That's weird. What is going on in this land?
A lot, actually.
She says, yeah, but I don't know where Xana would be. We need to look through the tower. Maybe she's still here.
Okay.
So you're going to travel this tower. We go down, or we look around here. When you first walk in on the right, there are a couple of beds. Everything that is in here is torn up. There are a couple of dead bodies on the floor. One of them is a knight with the symbol of the Feathergale on it, and the other dead body looks like a forest druid of some type. The atrium, which will be the next room over, will have bodies of both all over the place. The kitchen, obviously the same thing. People are dead in there. If you go downstairs, that'll be the section to the left here. There's a bunch of stables here that look like they go off into the distance. If you were to go through one of the stables and look, it's about 100 feet off of the cavern floor. All of these stables are cleared out. There's nothing here. though they were left with excrement, urine, they haven't been cleaned out. Whatever was in here is gone.
Okay.
You travel up to they call it level 2, and that's the great banquet hall. Again, dead bodies everywhere. The rooms foraged, ripped up, beat up, and dead people everywhere. The same thing's going to be for the rooms on the 3rd floor, except this door is closed and locked.
Alissha, you think you could work your magic again?
Yeah, why the hell not?
There's one lock, and it's sleight of hand with advantage.
18.
And you do get it to open.
I'm gonna slowly open the door.
All right, give me a stealth check.
18.
As you open it up, right at the end, you hear the telltale squeaking sound of hinges that haven't been taken care of. It is very loud.
Kind of closes her eyes and grits her teeth like a, oh shit, I think I just fucked up look.
Does anybody want to do anything?
Grogon walk through door. Duh.
I will go in as well.
At this point, you might as well just bust in the door.
So Grogon walks in. Captain Firewell comes in like a maniac, followed by your new monk friend Wind as you come into this pristine room. The bed is made. The desk is perfect. The fire is out, but it looks like there was a good set of fire, judging by the ashes in there. And you see a locked chest at the end of the bed.
Let me guess, Cap. I'm working my magic on that too.
Well, I mean, I can give it a go if you're getting tired of it.
No, I
Grogon
got it.
can smash it. All
I
else
got
fails.
it. Walks up. It's just advantage or regular.
Advantage is fine.
Ooh, I like that roll. 23.
You pop it open, and on the very top, there is a warhammer with the symbol of Jundar on it, and underneath looks like a rainbow scaled armor. Sheila, who's behind you, drops the warhammer she picked up, and she says, "My stuff," and she starts putting on her things.
What else is in the room?
Yeah, that's what that's that.
God, does nobody believe in thank yous?
The desk, you said you were looking at the desk?
I mean, yeah, I was looking at the rest of the room, but the desk would obviously be a...
I pat the rogue on the head.
Grogon, thank Alissha.
Captain Firewell, give me an investigation.
Not too bad. 12.
You search the desk and you find a note. It's written in Orcish. Even if you read it, it seems like nothing, just a correspondence. Everything will be ready soon kind of thing.
Okay.
There is like 3 bottles of ink, 2 quill pens, and about 10 parchment papers.
So you said even if I read the paper, that's all it is? There's nothing else special about it?
Nope.
Hey, if nobody's gonna take it, I'll take the paper and the quill and the ink.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool.
It's all yours.
I just wanted to know how many sheets of parchment I just swiped.
10.
10, perfect.
The note that I had found, I'm gonna flip it over, just kind of scrawl, find me in the city of Crondo, and leave it there.
After putting all her stuff on, Sheila reaches into the backpack and says, "Oh, there we go." And she pulls out a bag and says, "I don't say thank you with words. I believe in deeds," and throws 300 gold in a pouch over to Alissha.
Wow. Thank you.
And as she's walking away, she kind of says, "Yeah, remember that when you're calling me names."
I don't think I ever called you a name.
But now you see this impressive woman dressed. Her armor is rainbow scales. She's obviously fought some different types of dragons. The blue scales on it look smaller than the rest. It must have been one of her first matches.
I'm just wondering here, Sheila, by any chance, are those pseudo dragons flying around outside yours?
No, they were the Feathergale Knights. They were aerial warriors.
Grogon get ride?
Sure, Grogon, go out and jump and see if you can catch one.
Grogon, don't, no.
She takes you up the flight of stairs outside of that, and it is the pinnacle. The pinnacle is exactly what you see. It is the large staircase opens up largely. It is a Zebo type where these 4 stone walls stand in each of the directions, and looking out, you see the other stone pillars pointing out in 4 different directions. There is a broken spyglass on one end, and if you go by the spyglass and look out, it is an open valley below.
I'm looking down.
You are 350 feet up, and there is nothing stopping you from falling over that edge.
I'm going to crawl
Grogon
look
walk
down.
over to next to Alissha, see what she's looking at.
Grogon, give me a Constitution saving roll. Oh, double crit. Yeah, you look over and just see 350 feet down. You see nothing on that side.
Runs to the other side and looks down that way.
All All right, John, you're metagaming.
How is it metagaming? What's down there?
I'm going to use something that I haven't got to use yet, and that's one of my primal path abilities. You gain the eyesight of an eagle, able to see up to 1 mile away with no difficulty, able to discern even fine details as though you were looking at something no more than 100 feet away.
Okay.
And I'm just going to survey everywhere, see literally anything that might stand out.
You look out towards the cavern. You know from the way that you entered that the other way is where the slope goes up and it eases down into the valley. You look across the valley and you see a river cutting through the middle of it. It looks like on the other side of the river, it's almost a half mile further than you can see, but you can barely make it out. Tribe of kobolds. Past that, the river and the cavern bends, but it looks like it goes on for miles.
What about anything in the other directions?
You look in the other direction out and you see where it goes up. It smooths out of the cavern where people obviously walk into the cavern, and then there is a thick forest beyond that.
Okay. I'll turn to Sheila. Any ideas about where your friend might be?
I thought she might be up here. And you hear a voice. I am here, Sheila.
Do we all hear that voice?
Yes.
Looks around confused.
Grogon, who said that?
I'd like to roll perception.
Sure, go ahead.
A 19.
You cannot see anything except for the people that you have been with, but you are sure from what you heard that the voice is on this floor. It echoes a bit, and the wind makes it very hard to pinpoint.
How does Sheila react to this?
Sheila looks really confused.
Where are you?
I am here.
Why can't we see you?
I choose not to be seen.
Fair enough.
You will all worship the elemental cult of wind, or I will send you to my god.
Grogon wants to know, when God make tea?
What if you're an atheist and don't really believe in a god?
Then you will learn that there is one, the mightiest of gods from the elemental land of wind, who will reign supreme in this world.
So just out of curiosity, what advantages are there for us for converting? Do we get like a cheaper tithe? Do we only have to attend Sunday service every other week?
Look over the west side of the pinnacle. So it's the other side from that spyglass.
I do.
Looks over the west side.
And you see hundreds of skeletons and dead bodies. And she says, the choice is, don't believe in the god, and I will send you to meet them, or worship the god, and we will conquer this land together.
You worship a bunch of skeletons and call it a god?
Alissha, you feel a very brisk wind push you ever so slightly as you slightly lose your balance and almost fall off the ledge.
Grogon waiting on answer for tea.
You'll hear the voice say, well, of course, tea is just fucking delicious.
I'm going to think of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Can I roll a perception check to see, like, is she here and just invisible, or?
Sure, go ahead.
Never mind.
What is
9.
it? Obviously, she's here, and it's probably some kind of invisibility thing because you haven't been able to see her.
So, in that case, I'm going to pull out my handy-dandy trident and use it to cast True Sight on myself.
And you see her floating over the east section. It seems like she shoots an eye at you, like she knows you could see her now. And she says, enough. And as she says that, Sheila will pull out her shield, throw it in the air, and yell a word. That word nobody else can make out, but the shield starts to float above her head. And she two-hands her warhammer and looks around, feeling like shit's going to hit the fan.
Cap, Grogon think we get ready for battle.
Grogon, smash.
Smash what? Everybody roll initiative.
I have an 11.
Grogon rolled 2.
I have a 4.
I have a 16.
Going last is great because it's just like going first.
Such a beautiful sound.
Hey, tiny wind. If we don't make this out, Grogon wants you to know, Grogon like tea. Gentle soul. Tea is fucking delicious.
Tea is sign of quality individual.
First to react will be Alissha.
Do I see anything yet, or is it still invisible?
Still invisible.
I am going to put on my slippers and just kind of wait.
Do you not remember these slippers, Doc?
No, I don't remember these. Oh, I do remember these slippers now.
There you go.
So the next person to react will be Wind.
Is there any indication from the other members of the party what direction this villain is in?
Perception.
14.
Everybody seems to be looking everywhere. It's hard to pinpoint.
All right. Well, then, is there any dust? Like dirt at our feet?
No. It is literally naturally growing grass at the top of the spire, and then it's open up to the wind, so the wind keeps the dust from settling.
And I'm going to just shoot 3 arrows in random. Let's basically put 3 arrows in my bow and just let them fly. And let's see if I can just hit something at random.
Okay. All 3 just seem to pass by and go off the side.
Oh, well.
Next will react will be Sheila. She's just going to yell, "Does anybody know where she is?"
Yeah, I'll point, and yeah, she's right there.
And as you're pointing, you're moving. She is starting to go around the back of this thing. And Sheila will just run up that way. And as she does, the other figure seems to be moving her finger. And yay! Everybody give me a dexterity saving roll.
Is it something I can see? Doesn't matter, Doc. I didn't make it on either of them.
I roll a 21.
Positive.
14.
Are those dice towers I hear?
Beautiful dice towers. A storm of fire appears around each of you as you try to move. It does 36 fire damage to each of you. If you made it, it's half of that, which is 18.
Can I use Uncanny Dodge to take 0?
No, you can take Uncanny Dodge will half it again.
Okay, so half of 18, so 9.
9. So you, only the captain sees this. She's moving her fingers, and as she releases the spell, a swirling firestorm above you forms, and each one of the spots around you erupts in flames as this firestorm puts columns down into your area.
I can't take another hit like that.
Grogon hurt.
Grogon about to convert.
When God makes tea, Grogon likes tea.
Next up will be the captain.
So holding my trident in my left hand, just so I don't lose the true sight effect, I'm going to pull out my bolo and I'm going to try and hit her like right around the neck.
Okay.
Kind of like silence her. Oh, that would be 19.
It does hit. Now, what's the DC on that?
14. Wait, no, 15. I have a +3 proficiency.
Okay. She raises her arm as the shot's coming. It wraps around her arm and does the damage. What's the damage?
16 points of damage.
Okay. And this beautiful, very short, levitating full elf is floating in front of you and now is bleeding from her arm. Her eyes seem to fire up in a blaze of anger and hate, like she is almost possessed.
And I'm going to pull out my shield.
That'll take us to Grogon.
Then I will run up and swing at her.
Okay. Yeah, so 6d6 of damage.
Pudge sickles. 17 bludgeoning.
As you strike her with your maul, she seems to almost take the hit. It doesn't go as far into this little being as you thought it would have.
I'd like to use my bonus action to give myself second wind.
Okay.
Grogon feel a little better.
Zandro draws his bow because I totally keep forgetting I'm playing 3 players now. Fires his first shot. The first one hits her. She's drawing blood from her shoulder. The second shot will go wide. That'll take us to Alissha.
On that note, I am going to take a step down off of the platform, kind of onto the wall, and I'm going to start running towards her using the wall and kind of try to sneak up behind her. I know I'm not going to make it all the way over there because of my movement.
Well, you'll make it there, but you can't come up.
Okay.
So, yeah, you'll be close next time. That's a good move. I like that one. That will take us to Wind.
Okay, so is she still flying?
She's still levitating. She is
How high off the ground?
About 5-10 feet. She goes up and down slightly.
Perfect. Do I need to make an acrobatics test in order to jump? I want to do basically a flying leap kick at her of sorts.
Okay.
Cool.
You don't need the roll, just an attack.
So I'm going to use my flurry of blows. I'm going to come in with my staff, and I'm going to burn both my luck points to get really good rolls if I need them. And let's do it. Attacking with my staff. Ooh, cool. That would be a 25.
You will
with
hit
my staff. Okay, so the first shot does 12 damage, and then I'm going to follow up with a punch and a kick. How's about a modified 20?
20 will hit.
Okay, so that'll be 9 damage, and then the final hit, you can use a luck point. Natural 20, is that good?
Sometimes.
Okay, so the final hit, so that's 18 damage, and she has to make a strength save against a 12 or get knocked into the wall.
I rolled 18.
Okay. Well, shit. Okay, well, at least I pummeled the crap out of her.
As you come down from your blows that you were giving,
I make a landing worthy of the Ginyu Force.
and Sheila, with all of her effort that she can, jumps up, tackles Xana, and pushes her over the edge, and they both seem to be falling at a very high rate of speed. The ground seems to be coming closer as you guys run to the end to see what happens. And about 20 feet from the ground, we'll find out next time on the Grogon Dragons podcast. Follow us on Twitter when you want to follow Keith. His is
At Elmo the Usurper.
and John is at,
Chu13.
and Adam is at,
Harambe was set up.
and you can follow Kylie at Kylie or Tom at Bros Old Guy. And we want to thank Woody for coming out. Woody, do you have a Twitter?
Yes, it's actually Cyber Symbiosis, but I also do a webcomic by the same name, which you can find at conwaytheseries.com. Thank you very much. Yeah, well, I just want to thank you guys for letting me come on, and I just wanted to get lots of readers for my comic book series. I'm doing a science fiction cyberpunk crime drama story. It takes place in Seattle, where I'm from, and I am funding it with Patreon, so I hope people like it enough to back it so I can keep paying my artists. But we're just finishing up the first issue right now, so I hope people enjoy it. ConwayTheSeries.com.
So what's that Patreon?
Oh, yes, patreon.com/Woody Mix. And I'm actually funding a number of comic books through that. The second book I'm funding for the Patreon is actually co-created with Matt Vansel, the creator of the Gaming Zone.
Can you give us that Patreon one more time? It didn't come in right.
Oh, yeah, no, yes, patreon.com/Woody Makes Comics.
There we go. I am DM Doc. You can find me at I am DM Doc. Adam and John. My Twitter account is at I am DM Doc. You can follow us all at Bros and Dragons. You can search for us on any social media using Bros and Dragons. I just want to remind you to keep it nerdy and remember to live your dreams.
You can go your own way.
You can go your own way.
Go
That
back
was
to
the best-
buying a house.
That was the best recap we've had yet.
Oh, Keith
Right
has
up
been
until the end.
called out.
Right up until the end where you fucked it up.
Oh, right. I left the trident that I just recently attuned with Captain Firewell in the abandoned fort.
It's okay. I went back and got it.
Goddamn drugs I don't take. Shut up, voices.
Shit, I'm trying to remember his name.
I'll give it to you in 1 second.
Igloo? Mowgli?
I'm actually going to
Fuck, I had this.
share.
No, no. Shit.
Gimli? Grimlock.
No.
This was the dude outside the cave.
Moogie? No.
I'm waiting because this is like low brow stuff we're doing. I'm just waiting for Woody to turn his shit off and get out of here. Well, they're taking their pants off, and earlier they were talking about doing bad things to each other. Keith,
I may have already forgot what I said.
Could the answer, my friend, be flowing in the wind?
Adam, remind me to kill you later.
Roger.
So apparently we're not subscribing to the Scooby-Doo School of RPGs. Got it. Well, that is a mark of greatness when you win everything and walk away.
The best part is they were looking for something totally different that they could have gave them, and instead of completing the quest, he asked for the town to be renamed.
Nice.
Fucking Crondo.
And then I partied like a fucking porn star all night.
You guys are being kind of rude to your guest. You enter.
I'm treating him exactly as Martin Firewell would treat his character.
I actually feel fine. This is nicer than they treat me at the temple.
Probably. If that's one of you, I'm going to beat you with my phone.
What?
It is.
God damn it,
God,
Keith.
My Facebook's been hacked, yo. Crazy.
Can you count to 19, Keith?
Yes.
Ouch.
Once.
That's
So-
what Doc just asked.
There are several ways to raise money for a good cause. Some do it by running marathons. Some host high-dollar dinners. And some just do it by clever interneting. We here at the Watch Your Mouth podcast employ a different approach. Wall-to-wall, filthy fucking language.
Go to a grocery store, I'm like, I know exactly what I need. I get in there, I'm like, yeah, the did I even come here for?
With our charity swear jar, every fucked up utterance from our unfettered gobs is a dime in the right direction.
The motherfucker's a mouth breather.
Gaming, movies, life musings, it's all here. Served on a bed of fucks and garnished with a crown of...
Shut the fuck up!
How the fuck did we get here?
Fuck all that, goddamn jelly bean.
So if you want to hear us do good things with bad words, check out the Watch Your Mouth podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Facebook, or online at wympodcast.com. And remember, swearing is caring, so watch your mouth.
This has been a Bros and Dragons production.